Hey everybody. I hope everyone is ready. Because we're back to some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, where we last left off, we did a ton of... Oh, I forgot to refresh the capture card for the day. Oops. That's a quick fix. We did just about all the quests in our quest log. There's only these two left, which I had to get materials for. But these are what we're going to be doing. Now, I tried so hard to get the last rare blade, and I didn't, unfortunately. So, that's going to be moved over to the New Game Plus stream, because I do intend at some point, although it may not be right away, to do a New Game Plus stream for Xenoblade 2. So I'll probably get roped into that. We're also not going to try to get Elma, because I'm going to need to really look at my meta equipment, looking at all my aux cores and what have you, and optimize those. So that's also probably going to get roped into New Game Plus. So let's focus on what we can do. So tonight's plan is going to be get these two quests done, pretty straightforward, and then after we do these two quests, well, there's not going to be much of anything else we can do except finish the game. Alright, so we're going to start with the secret cure. That is the wrong button, me. That's not the fast travel button. So, Spirit Crucible Elves. I gathered the materials. I actually didn't need to gather materials for this quest. I thought I did. I don't actually. So, we'll get this one done. The other quest, however, I did need to gather materials for, so...
What will we find?
There's no getting out of that. Oh, of course I would be here. I hate this place. Might as well start from the top.
We're here.
Let's get going.
But really, not a whole lot happened. I used a bunch more legendary core crystals, hoping in vain I would get the last rare blade draw that I was looking for. But it was all for naught. I might have gotten it if I focused a little bit more on this game, but Animal Crossing came out like a few days ago, so I've also been trying to dedicate some time to playing that. It's been hard to keep up with it, but we have... Oh wow, we need a lot of botany.
This is my strong suit.
And we've got like no botany. Awesome. So who has botany then? Oops. Let's try this again. I know Dromark has botany. Lauren, you have 5 levels of botany, right? Yeah. Alright. Swap you
I'll
in.
do my best.
Anybody else who might have botany? I don't remember who specifically might or might not have botany. Actually, no, I think I know... Zombie, you have botany as well. Yeah.
Ironheart beats and
So with enough fortitude and enough botany, search for plants. Okay. That's one plant gotten. We gotta find the remainder of them. Looks like there's one right over here. Can I just drop down here and... Yeah, I see it.
Oh.
It's down here.
Oh.
Ironheart beats and
Don't need quite as much botany for this one. 10 levels of botany, though. Dang. Alright, there's one more. What's gonna be the best way? I don't really see a good way to get over to that last one, so...
We're here.
Let's get going.
Let's see what we can do. The other reason I wanted to do this one first between these two, there is a Merc quest tied to this one, which we would still have to do, so I might as well get this one done, and then while that Merc mission is going on, get the other one done, and after that, train's just going to be stalled for time until this Merc quest gets done. I'm just glad that I managed to draw Cosmos randomly. What with Cosmos being the rarest blade. Okay. So let's try this again. If we go all the way around here, probably should have gotten this one second, but hindsight's 2020. We're likely finishing early tonight, so it's not like it's going to matter too much. Oh, and another thing that I should probably address as well. I do intend at some point to go through Torna, the Lost Country. I think that's the name of the expansion. It may not be. It's probably not going to be right away, though. Okay, maybe it would be better if I fast travel here. But I didn't include that in this since that's standalone DLC.
What will we find?
So it made more sense to me to just make it its own separate series. Okay, how the hell? Oh, there's a place to climb here, so this is probably how we get to there. Isn't it? Well, we're gonna find out in any second. Survey says, here it is.
Iron heart beats in Poppy's chest.
Okay. Next, it's telling us to go to the Cliffs of Moritha. So, we'll do just that. Cliffs, we'll go to upper level. It looks like we're gonna still have a ways to go before we get to... Oh, it's on the lower level? Really? Oh, yeah, I see it. Can I get to that, though, from here? I don't remember. We're gonna find out.
Let us go.
I think I gotta be a little bit higher. Oh, no, I can. I think. Yeah, I can. Cool. I need Earth Mastery. Do I have Earth Mastery? I don't think I do. Okay, we'll swap you out for Wolfric then.
It sounds fun.
Because if 5 levels of Earth Mastery is somehow not enough... Oh, wait. I don't need to go up there, do I? Nope. I'm just dumb. Okay.
Come out.
And I didn't mean to check the collection point, but sure. Why not? Get a few more supplies for the road.
Iron heart beats
Or
in
to
Poppy's
mineral...
chest.
I need more levels of mineralogy. Damn it. Okay. Who has mineralogy? You should have mineralogy, right? Yeah.
I hope I'll live up to your
But I need another
expectations.
level of that. So... Who else? What else? Here knows about minerals. Oh. 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 No. No. Come on, someone here has to know about minerals. Nope. 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 Good. Okay, here we go. Darius, you have
Okay.
mineralogy.
Look away from me.
Iron heart beats in Poppy's chest.
Mineral mining activated. And more Arcane.
That was a
Where
slog.
where do you want me?
Let us go.
Oh, onto a roof. Well, might as well start from a roof then.
We're here.
Let's get going.
Oh, now you're telling me I'm too hot? Make up your dang mind game. Okay. Well, I think we can still make this work. Is there a way to get across from here? Yeah. Okay. And cross. Oh. I'm an idiot. Glad we established that. Me thinking that I had to go to the roof. What was I thinking? Here's the medicine ingredients. Dragon incense. Alright, leave it to us. Oh, you're not even gonna tell us where it is, are you? Actually, I think I already got it. Because, that one unique monster I was talking about in Uriah, that's a good place to grind because it drops both the gold chip and, legendary core crystals. I think that's where we get it. And I got it there. There it is, new Merc mission. We're gonna stand still for this quest then. Till we get this mission done. Medicine knowledge. So we need botany.
You're sending me off? And for this?
Oh, we need three different blades with botany. Alright. Cool. Someone else in my rare blade. I know you have botany, so we'll send you.
For my safe return.
Do we not have a rare blade with botany? I'm probably gonna have to dip into my common blades, which, you know, not too uncommon that would happen. There we go.
Good luck, guys.
Okay, next, we need someone with production mastery. Production mastery.
I'll apply
Boom.
myself fully.
I hit the wrong button. Fuck. God damn it. Take two. Medicine knowledge. It's a 30-minute quest, so we're going to be waiting a while, unfortunately. I'll have to figure out something to do in that time then, because I can almost guarantee you the rest of that other quest not going to take that long. Alright, where's production mastery?
I'll apply myself
At
fully.
your command.
Now hit X instead of start. And they'll be gone for the next 30 minutes. Cool, cool. Swap you back out with, Chris.
Yep. Just leave it
And
to
Nia,
boys.
we're gonna give you Dahlia.
Woo!
Actually,
Looking
no.
forward to it.
We'll give you Bess.
I will attend to your
So we
every
have
need.
a little bit more of a spread of elements. Okay, well, can't do anything with this quest until they get back. Oh, I forgot to do one other thing. Because I was grinding for crystals some more, set the difficulty down to easy, because the nice thing about being level 99, if you set the difficulty down to easy, and you just engage the battle with Cloud Sea King Ken, and just walk away, at least from my experience, most of the time, you'll still win the fight because of your AI partners. At least with my setup, because I was the primary attacker in my group. So I had someone tanking attacks and someone healing on AI. So that really helped to increase our survival chances. It's nice for if I want to go do something else and try to grind out legendary core crystals. It might be cheating a bit, depending on who you talk to.
We're here.
Let's get going.
But hey, I'd say anything that's really tedious is fair game for how you approach it. Because you're just doing the same thing over and over again. Alright, so Midnight Feasting is going to take us, like, no time to do, because the only thing that stopped me from doing this quest was materials, which I have since gathered, aka got them earlier today, because I was inefficient about prepping for tonight's stream. So, what we need to make is this, a baked redfish. Means we need to make 1 bizarre soup and 2 trident fish. Make the baked redfish. Boom. Done. So now we can make the Fire Dragon's recipe. And that's Midnight Feasting down. And of course, there's only one quest in our quest log. A secret cure. You remember when this quest log was like 6 pages long? Well, now we're down to the very end. However, we are at the mercy of that merc group. So, we basically have 25 minutes to kill. And I thought of a few different ways to do this because I didn't plan on having to wait. So I thought, you know, let's just take a stroll around some of these different places we've been to. Look back on how far we've come. Because we started in... Well, might as well start from the very, very beginning. All the way back in Argentum. Which is where we began our entire adventure. We got recruited here. And after a little bit of a scuffle, well, after some shady dealings, a scuffle, you name it. Enjoy this place since this will probably be the last time we see this. Well, I say last time, but well, let's just pretend New Game Plus doesn't exist for the time being. I'm sure we'll see it then. After a little bit of a scuffle, we found ourselves over in Gormott. The
Let's rest the spell.
if you will, Gower Plain of Xenoblade 2. I mean, it basically looks like Gower Plain. Well, there's a lot of greenery. There's just a whole lot of everything. We came here. This is where we ended up meeting with Tora as well. There's Torgoth over there. We've done everything we can there. Helped everyone's problems. Any hard tarts that showed up, we did. Once we were done there, we went over to Uman Shipyard to try to get a ship to get to the World Tree. Didn't quite go according to plan, which instead put us here in the Kingdom of Uriah. We met Vandam, who in the end sacrificed his life.
Phew. That was a slog.
Let us go.
And we also became head of the Merc Group in Vandam's place. And we also had Rock join us, Vandam's old blade. But we can take a casual stroll through Uriah again. Let's go with the stomach area, because I think out of all the areas in Uriah, probably the stomach is the place I had the best memories with. Mostly because we spent a lot of time here because, oops, ran into level 70 something enemies when I was like 20, 30, something in that ballpark. You know, we went through Raya. Kind of swampy area. I didn't think about it. A number of these areas are following a similar, like we had a pretty meadowy area early on in Xenoblade 1, followed by an area like this in Xenoblade 1, although obviously not exactly the same. And after that was the Empire of Mor Ardain, which ended up being where Morag joined us, and where we put a stop to Bana, and also where
Let's get going.
where we got Poppy Cutie in the first place. Back to the old factory. Walk through the lower level a bit. Actually, upper level. I thought about it.
And we're you.
Let us go.
Oh, hello. I think this was also... It wouldn't have been the first time, because the first time would have been Uriah, but I think this was the second time where we ran into Zeke. And got subsequently bouldered. You got Indiana Jones out of here. It's our kind of desert-ish area. After Mor Ardain, is it Temperantia next? Slowly forgetting the order of events. It was, because we would have been here. No, it would have been... We would have gone to Indal before Temperantia, but of course we can't access Indal anymore. So that's out the gate. And we weren't... Our first visit to Temperantia, we weren't even here that long. We were pretty much here to put a stop to the fighting.
Let's rest the spell.
Let's get going.
Unfortunately, came at the... Oh, I'm gonna not survive this. Oh, maybe I will. Can I get down here? Yeah. The very stormy Temperantia. I don't think we ended up doing a whole lot in Temperantia compared to most other areas, but then again, there's also not a major town in Temperantia, so that might in part be the reason why. There is one thing I wish I could have gotten to in Temperantia, but it's gonna get...
Look what
Oh.
I found.
Congratulations.
I didn't discover that. Okay, cool. There was one thing I wanted to get to in Temperantia, but I could at least attempt it. But I know we wouldn't be quite strong enough to do this quite yet. And that's
Let us
this
go.
thing right here. As you can see,
It is good to dwell on the past from time
we
to
first
time.
need Dark Mastery and Ancient Wisdom, and then we need a lot more beyond that, but we'll be doing that in New Game Plus, I'm sure. Once I have had a lot more time to optimize out my equipment through and through. I know Letheria we went to before Tantal, so take a stroll through here. Let's go back to Fallenset Island. Rex's hometown, that is.
Long journeys make Tora
Rainy day here, but
What will we find?
got to see where Rex grew up, where all the money he's been sending home went to, and well, after doing some side quests here, it seems that's in part paid off because we've got a more direct route to send money back home, and we've also started building a school here. Next up on our list is the Kingdom of Tantal, your traditional snowy area in an RPG. This, no, it would have been Letheria where Zeke officially teamed up with us, and we went to Tantal, which is Zeke's hometown. I got to meet with Zeke's father, and they seem to at least patch things up a little, although this place ended up being a little bit sour for us because ultimately, over at the head,
And we're you.
Let us go.
when we got all the way here, we got ambushed by Torna, and
When did it get so late?
Don't
it took
worry.
Pyra
I'll protect you
/
from the scary
Mithra away from us. Following that led us to Spirit Crucible Elpis. All the way down at the bottom of it.
Phew. That was a slog.
Let us go.
Well, at this point, we didn't get Pyra and Mithra back. We did find out where to go next, and this is also the point where Nia revealed herself as a blade. Which, sorry, Nia, we haven't really used your blade form much. Oops. I just like you better as a healer than as a blade. Sorry, Nia. This is just how it is. After that, we found out we needed to go to the Cliffs of Moritha.
Long journeys make Tora tired.
Which,
What
after
will we
going through
find?
here, after a scuffle with Torna, we got Pyra and Mithra back. And we also got the ability to awaken Pyra and Mithra. and also became the master driver, which involved being able to engage any blade we wanted to. Well, that particular ability came when we fell down to the land of Mortha. We even teamed up with Jin for a bit. There are differences aside, even if temporarily.
What will we find?
To walk through this ruined land of Mortha. Which, after walking all the way through Mortha,
Off we go.
put us at the entrance
What will we find?
the World Tree. How's that Mark quest doing? This has basically been my means of stalling for time. Just going back to all the different areas. But one fascinating thing about the World Tree is that it's not exactly what you would call organic. There's a lot of mechanisms within it. Now, on the inside of the World Tree, we started to climb the World Tree, but once we got far enough, we got caught in the middle of a battle, we'll just say. This was the point where Indol turned against us. Well, I wouldn't say the entirety of Indol, but particularly Amalthus turned against us, which therefore made the place inaccessible to us anymore at this point. That view. After reaching the top of the World Tree...
Off we go. What will we
Ooh.
find?
There's a super boss here now. Just gonna pretend you don't exist. Reaching the top of the World Tree, he ended up having to fight Jin and Amalthus. Meant, while we did take Amalthus down, it was also the end for Jin. However, Malus is still out there. So, giving pursuit. Taking the elevator up. Just to the end of our adventure. What will be the end of our adventure, rather. All the way up to the first low orbit station. Let's just take in this view again. See how high up we are. Going outside. Is the light at the end of the tunnel. Our goal after all this time. Make it to Elysium. Well, we did. Not look anything like we would have imagined. It's more like a place you'd see in something like, say, Fallout. What? Can I ever check this? And how's that Merc group going? 8 minutes, so going back to all the previous areas at least bought me some time. What could I do? Anything? I want to optimize my blades at all. I think most of my blades, the best I could think of it. Oh my god! I just realized how many moon matter chips I had. Oh my god. The best I could really do is change up my chips, maybe equip some different aux cores or anything like that. But I don't think I really need to do anything of that, and I'd rather have my gold chips equipped because I'm gonna be continuing to grind for legendary core crystals even after I beat the game, and I don't want to have to go get more gold chips. So, well, that's gonna be my plan. Oh, let's look around here for a bit. We didn't really explore this place too much last time. Not gonna progress the story just yet, not until we get that last quest end, but let's explore this place for a bit. See all the sights. Or what there is to see, anyway.
What have we here?
Searching database.
The forest really calms your spirit.
There's just down here even that I didn't get. If that was a legendary core crystal, I'd been like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do another draw and be really sad when I don't get what I'm looking for. Why don't we look at what's over here then? If there's anything here. I never really did bother to look this way, so maybe there's some super secret hidden thing here. Oh, well, what do you know? What do I even get for coming all this way to look here? A rare core crystal, not even a legendary core crystal. I am curious though, considering this is the last area, and I don't think we've gotten a galaxy cube yet. What does that do? I'm legit curious about that. Probably gonna be quicker if I... Nope, wrong menu. I'm bad at menuing again. Did I already have a galaxy cube? Because I don't see it in here. Hang on. I really should have sold off some of this stuff sooner. Because, wow, this is just burning a hole in my pocket. Galaxy Cube. No, I've only got one. Adds a 50% chance of attacking again after successful auto attack. Meh. That's really the only thing I have to say is meh.
Come out, come out.
Then again, I didn't really do much in the way of accessories because pretty much my 2 accessory slots for most of the game were one accessory that increases the amount of XP that I got, and another that increases the amount of weapon points that I get. And I've since retired the XP one because we're all at level 99. So, seems a bit pointless to me. Although, since I'm still trying to get everybody's arts up to the maximum level, the weapon, or the art points, or the weapon points, or the whatever it's officially called, I still have that accessory equipped. 4 minutes left. Oh, happy 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Once upon a time. wish there was some good way to just show how many legendary core crystals I sunk into trying to get that last legendary blade. It had to have been somewhere in the triple digits at least. I'm almost 100% certain of that. Oh, another treasure trove that I didn't check. I gotta get back up there, though. Oops. Also, sure.
What have we here?
What do you have, collection point?
Searching database.
The forest really calms your spirit.
Funny how in an area like this, it seems like we're getting a lot of forest-related stuff.
Treasure acquired.
Another common core crystal. Balls! No way through. We may never know the answer, Rex. We may never know the answer. Or that Merc quest is just about done, so... let's head back to Morardini then. So we can wrap this one up.
Meh. Long journeys make Tora tired.
What will we find?
And we'll just watch that timer go down. It's less than 2 minutes, so it's not like I'd be able to do much of anything else otherwise. Managed to get everything up to 5 stars. We're Merc level 5. Which, I think we did that really early, all things considered. Like, after the stream, after we got Merc missions, we reached, like, level 4 or 3. Something in that ballpark. At this point, I've done... Like, I think this is the one Merc quest I have in here that I haven't done. Because I don't have enough, blades with Keen Eye. So I never was able to get this one done. It just was never meant to be. Five seconds left. Gonna... It's time to read some stuff in some other Discords. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I hurried back because
There's medicine knowledge. Oh, good for you.
Where do you see me?
You got a key affinity reward. I'm so proud of you.
hopefully I'll...
Okay. Here you go. Special blade medicine. Let's go ahead and take this back to Uriah.
Let's rest the spell.
Let
And with that, secret cure is complete. Started to feel like for a while we'd never see the end of this quest log, but lo and behold, no quests in our quest log. Which means there's only one thing left to do. After we got here, I don't even know how many streams ago. It's been at least a few streams. But it is finally time.
that was a slog.
Let us go.
Oh,
It's time to start going through Elysium.
oh.
Go to the large building, the direction the sound came from, and ascertain the truth.
Up.
Kinda sad to think that the end, but no. We knew sooner or later this game would have to reach its end.
This place looks like it was once a city, and quite an old one at that.
It's actually a lot like the stuff we saw in Moritha.
Way more dusty though. Maybe because it's so dry up here.
Huh?
It seems to have been a child's vehicle.
Right. So that means people lived here once.
It must have been a grand old city. It stretches further than the eye can see. You could fit the entire population of Allrest into this place, and with room to spare.
Let's continue to the building. It looks like that place up ahead. That's where we're heading.
Is that it? The bells have stopped.
A signal we should enter, perhaps?
We probably should.
Welcome home, my children.
Who's there?
Father?
What? You don't mean...
The architect is here, but where?
I am always here. Come to me.
Please look! Over there is staircase.
It seems to lead to a lower level.
Guess we have to.
There's no other way to go but forward, after all. Build temple. Well, I only know what waits for us down below. But down we go. Am I son of a gun? I'm taking the up escalator down. Typical.
The building's holding up well inside.
Quality of structural materials much better than in city outside. This made of same substance as World Tree itself.
Same as the World Tree. Huh? Hey! Where is everyone? Pyra! Gramps! Pyra! Mithra!
One in sight, huh? Did everybody go?
What is that? The Ardanian Imperial Army. Their equipment looks ancient. Like it's come from the past. What is up with this place?
Are we in Torgoth now? Looks like it, but...
Nia! Dromark! I'm so glad you...
Why, Rex?
Huh?
You told us Elysium was real.
My lady and I traveled all this way at your behest. Master Rex, did you intentionally deceive us?
I trusted you, you know. I came here because I trusted you.
Nia! Dromark! What are you talking about?
How do you explain this?
You've got it wrong. I told you. I promised Pyra to...
Pyra. Oh, right. Pyra. 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 Is that it? You've only got eyes for her. Get your head out of your ass.
Nia, you're being weird. What is going on?
My lady has given up everything for you, yet still you realize nothing. Even now you cannot see.
I've been here all along. Why won't you realize? Look! Just look at me, Rex!
just us, huh?
Beware an attack.
And we don't have...
Blind spot.
Why not?
Oh, Mithra in the party. Or Mithra.
Ow!
Butterfly blade.
Careful now.
Wild side!
So now here we are having to take down Nia.
There never was.
Wolfrey!
Everything we've done.
Heavy hitter!
Well, if it's really coming to this, suppose you leave us no choice, Nia.
Godfrey!
We're happy to protect you. Damn you!
I won't let you.
Me.
Just say when.
Gemini loop.
Nice
Must be more
resonance
careful.
here. Wrong.
I am
wrong. Wild side.
Always have been.
Cyclone
Always
will be. Wing
Why
smash.
can you take more notice of me?
Go for it.
Eagle
You
eye.
won't.
Not. Excellent.
I can still fight.
I'm sorry.
Answer me, Rex. Why did you lie to us?
How could you betray our trust?
Why would Nia and Dromark?
You really are a fool.
Morag? Bridget? Huh? Moradane?
We're now in Moradane.
You're so thoughtless.
Morag?
Here you are, wasting time. And all the while my countrymen are... Do you have any idea what you've done?
What do you...
You just run ahead, without a thought for anyone else, and this is the result! I couldn't save anyone. If only we hadn't come here. I could have saved my people. I could have saved Niall. If only it weren't for you, Rex!
But me? I didn't mean to...
I hope you're happy now. You've dragged us to some empty ruins. I hope that was worth everything we sacrificed.
And now we're having to fight Morag.
Okay, time to take you down.
Wing
smash!
An
opportunity
Disappoint me. I
Gotcha!
had high hopes for you.
Ha! Ha!
Fight in the everything.
Careful now.
What's going on?
Our way.
Ha!
An opportunity.
Also, since when do you have this much HP, Morag?
You call yourself driver of the Aegis.
Nice resonance here. Heavy hitter.
You should step back. Niall, my people.
Oh, we're getting low on health. We better finish this soon.
You intend to continue this farce of a battle.
I'm all out of juice.
He actually died. Well, that's unfortunate.
It's fine. We'll get him yet.
We'll have our revenge yet.
Like we're still by ourselves. Oh, there's a treasure chest over there. I didn't notice. Do we, yeah, we could still engage blades. I want to have a healing blade then for this.
Leave it to Boreas.
I want to have Boreas. What's in this treasure trove
Treasure
then?
acquired.
Anything good? Another rare core crystal for whatever that's worth. Alright. With a healer in our party, this should go by a lot smoother. Because we're not going to be in nearly as much danger to completely wipe out. Because if we take significant damage, we can just flip over to our healer and boom, problem solved. Okay, take 2. Do we have to fight Nia again, or do we just start with Morag? Start with Morag.
Show him a thing or three.
Alright, Laborious.
Why not?
This should go a lot better.
Wild side. Wing smash. Cyclone smash. You disappoint me. I had high hopes for you.
Not gonna resort to you just yet.
Radiance. Heavy hitter. Gotcha. Stronghorn. And you call yourself driver of the Aegis.
Strong Shot will deal a little bit of healing. Touchdown will spawn some HP potions. And a level 3 will heal us. Or at least it should. Yeah, you know it.
Why not? Niall, my people. Finally, this is my turn. Wing smash. Cyclone smash.
I can't say I know what's going on. What I do know is, at least for now, we're going to put a stop to you, Morag.
Please, stop this! What's the use in fighting amongst ourselves now?
What's the use? For vengeance! What more reason do I need?
What?
That's right. We must take our vengeance. For the thousands of lives you have stolen!
I killed? No, wait! I didn't!
I'll have your life for an apology, Rex! Stop right there! How dare you run!
What is this place? What's wrong with everyone? Pyra, Mithra, Grams! Where are you? Where are you guys?
Why Rex run?
Tora! Poppy, Zeke and Pandoria. Don't tell me you're all...
You having fun, chum? Playing the hero like the kid you are, stringing us adults along.
That's not...
Rex is bad friend. Why Rex become driver when Tora cannot become driver? Tora tries so hard, and for what? It's useless!
Master Pawn is right. Rex just have a little luck and become driver of Aegis? Poppy never asked to be born as imitation. Poppy want to be real too. Not fair! I bet it felt real good, didn't it? Getting special treatment from everyone. Getting chosen by the Aegis. Who decided you should have all that power? How about you hand it over to the prince right now? He deserves it.
Stop it already! I did nothing wrong to any of you.
So you haven't worked that out either. In your hurry to get here, you never stopped to consider all the things you left lying in your wake!
And now I have to fight both Zeke and Tora. Well, knowing their fighting styles, makes more sense to start with Zeke. Since he's the more offensive of the two. Ooh, wow, you don't have much health, do you, Zeke? Switch to Boreas. Finish off Zeke. Oh. I see. Alright, we need to get our health back up then.
could not protect you.
Alright. So with just Tora... Tora's a tank, so he's not going to be able to do damage to us nearly as quickly as Zeke would be able to. Although, because of that, it's going to take a good while longer before we can take down Tora.
No effect. We'll beat them with the power of friendship. Wolf Ring! No effect? Hit it! No!
I think I can afford to use my special here. Ooh, I need to switch over, like, now. Okay, strong shot. Some healing. Can't exactly top you right now. So that idea is out the gate. Although, this should ensure I don't die for the rest of the fight.
Much obliged.
A little bit of damage, but we can swap over to Rock and finish this fight. What is going on? Everyone's turning against us now.
Enough! Stop! Tora! Poppy! No, I never wanted this. Zeke, Pandoria!
What are you doing, Rex?
What? Gramps,
Back to your full-size form, huh?
this place.
What is the point?
Huh, Gramps?
What is the point of us, really? We are born as blades, then return to our slumber, again and again, over countless years, until we become titans, to wander this world for countless more. And at the end of it all, we sink into nothingness. Have you ever thought about it? What it means to exist for close to an eternity with no clear purpose or goal?
That's...
Must be nice to be human. Living for a limited time, thinking limited thoughts. It must be so much easier. I envy your kind. Just think, Rex, would you? What would you do if you were me? Would you be happy to drift around the ocean with a human on your back? Is that all I am to be?
I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that. Why are you asking me? You're being strange. Everyone's acting so strange.
Welcome back. You're late, Rex. Where did you wander off to?
Pyra. Mithra.
Come on, let's go ahead and eat. I've cooked up a whole bunch of your favorites. I hope you've got room. Well, eat up. Which kind of bread do you want?
Oh, maybe this and this.
There you go.
Thanks.
Hey, do you want some wine? Oops, you're too young. Silly me.
Too soon, Mithra.
Mithra, has something happened?
What do you mean?
It's just, you're a lot nicer than normal.
Stop it. I'm always nice to you, aren't I?
If you say so.
Hey, Rex, come on. How can you sit down to eat without washing your hands first? That's a faux pas. Go wash your hands right now.
Oh, also remember to wash your hands.
Sorry.
Something's definitely not right here.
You're acting almost like Mithra today, Pyra.
Did you scrub them properly?
Yeah, they're clean.
Great. Okay then, let's eat. Thanks for the food.
It looks really good. Tastes even better.
Of course it does. After all, I made it myself. Maybe I'll try my hand next time. Mithra, no. You know how that always ends. But carbon's good for you. Anyway, I want to do something nice for Rex too. No cooking. Who's gonna save the world if Rex gets the runs? You're so mean. It was only that one time.
It's okay, you two. I don't care who cooks. I'm just happy with... I'm happy with...
Rex.
It's so strange. I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore. Everyone's all wrong. They all said I... But now you two... Did I go wrong somewhere?
I think that's enough. Please, Father.
You guys.
Rex.
Why are we all here? I thought I was...
I merely wished to examine the shapes of your hearts.
That voice.
You must be the architect.
You're...
My name is Klaus, the architect of this world. I have watched over you all this time. I have seen your thoughts, your desires, the things you have achieved.
So you did that, just now?
Yes, those were not your present forms, but alternate possibilities. Your other selves that lie within. That is what I wanted to see.
Our other selves? You mean we're all thinking stuff like that, deep down? Was that how we really feel?
Then you saw it too.
Looks like we were all shown the same kind of stuff. It creeped me out. What are you trying to prove?
Those were the fears you harbor.
I don't get it at all.
What was your purpose in showing us this? Those were not pleasant visions to behold.
My only purpose was to find out how mankind has changed and where it is headed.
And were you disappointed?
No. As you stand before me right now, that is who you are. That is enough.
Architect, sir, I came here because I met Pyra. Is this really Elysium? Are you really?
I will show you everything. Memories. Mine and those of this planet. This world was once the stage of a struggle for survival that dwarfed this current predicament. The world was an unseemly place, though glimpses of beauty persisted. What should people live for? Who should they live for? They live for themselves, to harbor desires and struggle to realize them. That is the natural state of man. But I did not think that was good enough. I lost hope for mankind. I searched tirelessly for an outside solution. And one day, I found it. The conduit. Why it chose to appear before us, I do not know. However, its existence presented a new possibility.
Possibility?
Our world was not the only one. Endless universes coexist, side by side, yet all completely unaware of one another. The conduit was our link to these foreign worlds. And I opened that forbidden gateway, praying that it would change the world. You have seen the plane called Moritha, have you not? That is what remains of my world. When I opened the conduit, many people and many things disappeared into distant dimensions. All that remained here were the ruins of Moritha. And half of my body.
Your body?
Half of me lives on in some other dimension. But not for much longer.
What do you mean?
The moment of my other self's demise draws near.
Father, you...
I was a fool. Because of my foolishness, I lost everything. Left here, alone and broken, I longed for oblivion, but even that eluded me. This is my punishment. Retribution from on high, for the sin I have committed.
On high?
There was only one thing I could do. I had to atone for my sin. I swore to restore this world. The first thing I created was a special particulate substance with the ability to restore deteriorated matter. You all know it as the Cloud Sea. The Cloud Sea can disassemble matter it comes in contact with, and rebuild it in the image of all the things that once made up this world. This way, little by little, I could rebuild the world I had brought to ruin. Next, I began to recreate life. I gathered miniature vessels containing memories of all this planet's former life forms. And I scattered them across the Cloud Sea. These are the core crystals. The crystals bonded with the Cloud Sea's particulate reconstructors and formed the nuclei of new life. Those nuclei developed into minute life forms, the Titans, who would, over time, grow larger and larger. Finally, the Titans gave birth to complex organisms based on the data in their core crystals. This newly birthed life, over untold millennia, evolved into a new breed of mankind.
So that's how we came to live in this world.
But I did not trust this world, born as it had been. What if it were to repeat our mistakes? What if someone like me appeared? To stave off these doubts, I implemented one final measure. And so the Blades were born. Ontos, Logos, and Pneuma. The three cores of the Trinity processor formed their cornerstone. However, Ontos triggered a space-time transition event and disappeared forever. I was left with the other two, Logos and Pneuma, entrusting them with managing the Blades. Malos and Pyra. Those are the names that you now know them under.
So, I am Pneuma.
Managing?
The core crystals at the heart of each blade are tasked with relaying all kinds of information to Logos and Pneuma about the selection pressures of the outside world and the biological status of their bonded human, but also the experiences and emotions they share. As the data continually accrues, new evolutionary code is sent back to the core crystals. And this code is used to create new, further evolved blades. These blades too become Titans in time, and create new generations of life forms. This was the new circle of life I had created.
A grand scheme. It boggles the mind a tad.
So, we're all born from this endless cycle of life, to replace the victims of the previous world.
That's right. But there were also a handful of survivors. I believe you saw them when you were in Moritha. The unfortunate ones who clung to life.
Ah. You mean those monsters? Were they originally people?
Core crystals were first conceived as a replacement for human brain cells. A product of mankind's age-old quest for immortality.
And that's what became of them. How awful.
But that technology became the starting point for the creation of blades and titans.
So, in one sense, their sacrifice was not in vain. Though not all may see it as such.
So tell us, in the end, did we develop as you had hoped?
What do you think?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, those phantasms which you all experienced earlier, those are feelings that lurk in all of your hearts. As well as that man, Amaltheus. When a person loses something, they cannot help but seek a reason why. Within themselves, or in others. They seek a concrete answer to the question of who they really are deep inside. Such a very lonely existence. But perhaps that is what it is to be human. All this data passed through me, and I knew. All of you. You were not in any way different from us before. That's why I did not intervene. 500 years ago, when the man finally arrived here, I did nothing when he took away Logos and Numa. I stood and watched as Logos, instantiated into blade form, set out to purge the world.
You don't make sense. Didn't you go to all that trouble to rebuild it? Then why would you...
It is fate.
Fate?
It is fated to happen. It cannot but happen. My atonement was doomed from the start.
That can't be.
I had made my peace with it. Once more, I longed for nothing more than to disappear. However, something has now changed. And that is you, Rex. You and Numa.
Me? And Pyra and Mithra?
You reforged your bond in a way I had not thought possible. And the life you share. Moreover, the conduit, which fell into a stubborn silence after the world's end, has begun stirring once more. Rex, the power you and Numa exercise is the conduit's power. It comes leaking out of some far-flung dimension. And it is a power we can know nothing about. But with its help, the world may be about to change.
What's all this shaking?
It is Logos. Malos, trying to destroy this world and everything in it.
What?
Remember, at heart he is but an information processing unit, neither good nor evil. He is driven by a certain impulse. The despair that the man named Amalthus felt.
I see. So it was right. What I felt back then, I mean.
Rex.
Rex, what is it you desire?
What else? To stop Malos.
And if you succeed?
I'll punch him in his stupid face, and then... probably get a drink with him or something. That's the 6th rule of the Salvager's Code. First have a punch out, then drink to forget. Once you've forgotten, the friendship's all set. I'm not old enough to drink yet, though.
I see. Numa. No, I should call you Pyra and Mithra.
What is it?
I want to apologize for having burdened you with all this.
Don't worry. We're actually grateful. Thanks to you, Father, we got to meet Rex. And everyone else. Those are cherished memories. Father.
I have transferred all of Elysium's data and authorizations to you. Make me proud.
We will.
Rex.
Yes.
I will disappear soon. When I do, the conduit will likely disappear from this world. You will not be able to use your power forever.
I understand. We'll make do somehow.
I'm counting on you.
Klaus. Have you changed your mind about this world?
Right now, I think I am glad I met you all.
Got it. Then, our answers match. Thank you for giving us all life.
Perhaps I will be able to face you again. Galea.
Mithra, where's Malos?
If he is here, I know where he must have gone.
Where is it? Tell us.
The greatest of all artifices. The artifice that exists solely to destroy the world. Ion.
Ion? So that's what Malos meant. Then, that's where we'll go.
There's no time to waste after all. Architect's room. Maybe I should go back and talk to Klaus. Yeah, he's there. Leave it to us, Klaus. Alright, so first of all, now that everything's back to normal, Rex, you're gonna go back on full-on offense.
Fun.
and lead with Mithra. Because, as Klaus says, we have no time to waste. Am I going the right way? So it looks like I am exiting the building. Oops. We just got like a ton of plot dropped on us all at once. Regardless of that, elevator button.
Hey, look what I found!
All of those sirens? He's really trying to destroy all of Orest.
Let's hurry, guys!
Well, we would hurry, but there is a heart-to-heart here. We might as well view it.
View here, pretty amazing.
I would never have dreamed a day would come when I could gaze down upon all of Allrest. Though I must confess, the sheer height sets my fur on end somewhat.
Master, tell me, what do you feel standing here?
How was the World Tree built then?
Well, the first step would be to launch a satellite into orbit above Alrest.
Yes, yes.
Once the satellite reaches geostationary orbit, it lowers a cable towards Alrest. Next, it extends a weighted cable in the opposite direction.
Intriguing.
By alternately extending the two, eventually the downward cable will reach the surface. Next, a device can be attached to this cable to carry materials to the satellite.
Yes, yes!
And by gradually expanding the scale of the structure, the World Tree begins to take shape.
Taurus sort of see what cosmos mean, but mostly sound like nonsense.
Yes. I'm afraid I can barely comprehend it at all.
Listen, Cosmos, how do you even know about this stuff?
That, I don't know myself.
Cosmos not know?
Correct. This data exists independently from my ordinary memories. It does not seem to be lost, even when I return to my core crystal. Just as we Blades remember our names when we are newly awakened, this information has always been with me. As such, I cannot say who implanted this information into me, or for what purpose.
I guess there's some stuff even you don't know.
Indeed. Perhaps that is my purpose here. To seek the answers I do not have.
Daybreak, heart-to-heart. A nice little detour. But Colossus Hangar. If we weren't as strong as we are currently, we would have to face some artifice colossi. However, with us being max level, they're not even gonna bother trying to challenge us. We can just run straight to Malos, which is good because no time left. Can't afford any more detours. Well, unless another heart-to-heart shows up or another quest. But at this point, heart-to-heart maybe. Quest, that's unlikely at best. So we gotta go up here. open the hangar door.
Oh.
Open up.
Wow! World has
The Ion
amazing
Hangar
places in it.
entrance.
Perhaps rest and enjoy view for a bit?
Sure enough, there is one last heart-to-heart here.
Malos is a powerful foe.
But we can't afford to give up now.
Indeed. If we give up hope here, there will be nothing left of all rest.
That'd leave all the people we care about dead, and a whole bunch of innocent folk besides.
That worst possible outcome. But we're not in this alone. Jin, the Torna guys, and everyone back on Allrest are counting on us.
We've run into all kinds of trouble on the way, but we've made it this far.
This may be the most formidable obstacle yet, but we can surpass it like any other.
When friends all together, nothing impossible.
This is it. This is our final battle. Let's show him what drivers and blades can do together.
Yeah!
For the storm. It is, in fact, as one would say, the calm before the storm. Because right up here, if you open this door, there will be no turning back. Falling in battle will mean restarting from the title screen. Game will be saved before the final battle begins. Begin the final battle? Let's do this.
Malos.
Just in time for the final act, boy. I've saved you the best seats in the house. I sounded just like Akos for a moment there.
Akos is dead, you bastard. So is Petroka. And Jin.
Figured as much.
Is that all?
What? You want me to weep and deliver a eulogy? What good would that do? They all desired oblivion, and now they've achieved it. Least I can do is send them off with a smile.
Malos, is this really what you want?
Huh?
Is this what you want? Malos?
I don't understand the question.
You must understand by now that none of this is your own will. You have to see all of this came from a Malthus.
Even if that's true, so what? And don't give me some weak-ass crap about how I should repent or whatever.
Why don't you want to hear the truth?
Here's the thing. I don't give a rat's ass what you think, rat! So blades become titans, and titans give life to humans. Honestly, who even gives a damn? They can become whatever they want. But that man, he'd lost everything. He no longer wanted anything. He didn't even want to live anymore. And despite that, his life was the one thing he hadn't lost. Because he couldn't!
The thought of you forgetting me, it's like one heart is being ripped in two.
Words can be a curse. That curse was what kept him tied down here. A wretched tale, isn't it? This whole world is a wretched place.
Do not forget that you too are a part of that world. If it were not for you, for Amalthus, both Jin and Laura's lives may have taken quite different paths.
Exactly. That's exactly it. You've gotten smarter with age, huh?
I'm a wretched being, too.
A hideous monster, far beyond saving.
So, let's end this now.
Don't you feel anything? Father's sadness, the world he longed for.
How could I?
That isn't my role in this world.
This man, does he mean to?
Come at me, kid! Come, my partner!
Give me all you've got.
You better show me all of it! The extent of your will! Show me why you're here in this world!
Here we go. Artifice Ion. Level 70. So far from the highest level of anything that we've had to fight. But that doesn't mean you're gonna be any slouch either. To begin by building up our special. That seems like a good place to start. Nia, we could get a cold snap ready to go. Alright, that'll work. Because now we can follow it up with a rock. Dead of Winter. Get an element up there right off the bat. That'll be good for when we cash in that chain attack. Okay, next up, let's put a wing up to begin with. What did we follow that up with? Ice Wind. And Tor, you can use Frost Typhoon when you get the chance. Ooh, wow, that was a lot of damage right there. Alright, we'll begin with Stone this time. X-Star. The hell? Let's go into Volcano. Oh. That can't be it.
You're not burning anyone today.
My lady!
Sumac!
Don't trouble yourself. It's nothing.
Can you still not see? Stop the artifice, Malos!
See what, brat? The world's never gonna change if that's all you got.
change. I will change it. That's the reason we've come all this way.
Why don't you just let it go? Who do you think you're doing this for?
I'm doing it for myself. If it helps put smiles on people's faces, helps them live their lives together, then that's my role in this world! Jin told me to take care of you. In his place, you know. Jin never wanted to die. He just wanted to connect with you. He did it because you showed him a path.
And how many people died because of it? You'd forgive him just like that?
Forgiving isn't that easy, but that's just the world we live in. We need to find a way forward within that world. Even you used to think like that once!
Today, we use our power to fell a god, and then seize our destiny!
Hurry. The time is nigh.
Time is indeed nigh.
Okay,
Picking up where we left off.
Make sure you got my tail. My power flows as one empire.
I can't seem to attack you from here. Come closer so I can attack you.
Siren Buster!
Poppy, keep together. It's time to shine.
The hell? Okay, here we go. I can attack from here. Now you're up close. Well, I could probably... Yeah, this does count as a side. I can't exactly get behind you, but being over here is pretty much best case scenario for me. Alright, let's... Oh, nope. Facing me now. That's crying shame. Get to level 3 so we can use Final Disaster. I think I only really need 2 elements, so we'll put this up and we'll try to get another element up, and that's where we'll chain attack, and we'll see where that takes us. Nice wind. And this will be once that officially goes off, we awaken. Cross Typhoon to put up another element. And at the beginning of the end, begin. 2 elements up.
Magnificent. Get him, Nia.
Here I come, ready.
Yes.
Here I go.
You should get rid of that wind element. No problem.
Magnificent.
Oh. I was wrong. Right, it was ice, not electricity. I'm dumb. Now cause no elemental burst. We get another round. We'll be able to burst that other element now.
Magnificent.
Get him, Nia.
Draw mark.
Let us settle this. Elemental burst.
There we go. That means we get a 3rd round.
Magnificent.
Let's keep it up.
level 3s. And you don't have much. You have lost pretty much most of your health by this point, Malos. So, I think it's safe to say this is as good as over.
Begin.
It's over, Malos.
Excellent. Enemy down.
Here I go.
Yeah.
Let's get this done, so we can move on.
For the future.
This is the last gift I can offer you. The rest is up to you, my children.
It's been fun, kid.
Malos.
If only I'd met you sooner. Just think of the worlds I might have seen. But even so...
If I had been your driver, all of this...
Kids say the damnedest things. There was only one driver for me. In all, it wasn't so bad.
Malos.
Looks like he's finally found it. Lady Moore. A meaning to his life. Indeed. Frankly, I'm a little jealous. After all, most people go their whole lives without finding theirs. I wonder if I'll find mine.
You've got one already, haven't you? And if what you've got isn't enough for you, well, You can always leave things to the next generation.
You've got a point. Surprisingly enough.
Suppose it's too early to celebrate, huh?
What's going on?
That's... What's happened? At this rate, all of Elysium will collapse. What? Since the conduit disappeared, the power holding Elysium together was cut off. What's gonna happen when it crumbles? Not everything above this point will either orbit the planet or be flung into space by centrifugal force. However, everything below this point, the World Tree itself, will fall apart on top of all rest.
No, that can't. The impact would destroy.
There has to be a way to stop it! Mithra, please! Mithra!
There is one way. Just one way to prevent it. 5 stories down from here, there's a control room for the correction boosters. If we can fire the booster jets and accelerate the whole World Tree beyond escape velocity.
Look, I haven't got a clue about boosters or velocities, but I'm gathering that we gotta get there, and fast.
Okay, 5 floors down. Let's hurry.
Azurda! Poppy!
Hmm?
What did you say?
Poppy could not possibly.
Please! You're the only ones I can ask.
But...
Poppy, you promised, didn't you?
That below belt.
Please.
You're a real piece of work.
What is this?
Ships. Is this a port?
Mithra? What are you doing there? Where's the control room? Mithra! You can't mean...
I'm sorry. This was the first lie I ever told you.
Mithra!
The only way to stop the World Tree's collapse is to use the last of Ion's power and annihilate the World Tree. I'm sorry, it is the only way. You all need to use one of those escape vessels and get as far away as possible.
What? The last of Aeons? Mithra! What are you doing? It'll be fine, right? You'll deal with the World Tree, then come back, right? Wait! Just wait, I'll come with you! Damn it! There's not enough wire! I got it! Poppy? Poppy?
It's not okay. Poppy cannot.
What do you mean you can't?
Poppy made promise. Mithra say that Rex for sure ask Poppy. Say not help Rex, no matter what.
What kind of promise is that? Please, I'm begging you. All you gotta do is take me over there. The rest of you can just...
Rex.
Come on. Please. She's right there.
Rex.
Gramps.
Sometimes a man must know when to let go.
Why? Why?
Do it for her, Rex. Do as she asks.
Gramps!
Chum, how long are you planning on being a baby? She's the girl you love. You got to accept her decision. That's what being an adult means.
Rex, I am so thankful that I've met all of you.
Rex! Mithra!
Rex!
The core crystal.
mine without me now.
Mithra? Mithra!
Hello there. I hope you'll help me. Rex, I'm so glad to have met you. Our time together was short, a fraction in long, long years. But it's been only and brighter than any time I can remember before. You shone a light on my melancholy path. You showed me the way. Thank you for that, Rex. Thank you for that gift of light.
So tell me, how was it?
Do you really want to know? Well,
Rex! Gramps?
You know, I think this form does suit me best.
Gramps!
We're heading down. Everybody grab onto something.
see is...
The Titans are... gone.
I can't believe it. Is everyone dead?
We were too late. At the land of Moritha.
So there's nothing left of the world but ruins?
We're crossing that rift.
Look!
The Titans.
They're joining with the land. It's true. I think I see what Klaus meant by restoring the world.
Gramps? So Elysium was... here all along.
No, Rex.
We're finally here.
And our long journey has come to an end. Oh boy, has it been a long time coming for me to play Xenoblade 2. Like, before Xenoblade 2 was even announced, I had at least played Xenoblade 1. I like it. I don't like it as much as a lot of other people like it, but it's still an enjoyable experience. So, because of my stance on that, I did not have a strong desire to play Xenoblade 2 at the time of release, like so many others I know. I had other games to play at the time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm never going to play this on my own time. Why don't I stream it? So, made a follow goal, and here we are. At the end of the game. And I have to say, I was not disappointed with my time here. I did enjoy Xenoblade 2. I would say I enjoyed it more than Xenoblade 1. It's a little hard, because it's a little hard to decide which of the two I enjoyed more. But always the most fascinating thing about these is when we have a game, you know, that a lot of people played, that I didn't play at launch, and I see a lot of people, like, tweeting about stuff on Twitter, writing stuff about the game on Discord, and then years later, I played the game for myself, and all of a sudden, I see everything that everyone was talking about, and I understand, like, the references. Whenever I see fan art of the game on my Twitter timeline, I can actually, like, recognize the characters. It's always fascinating to me whenever this happens, which means, whenever I get around to playing Fire Emblem Three Houses, that's going to be an experience. When and if, I suppose I should say. I do have the game, just haven't played it. And probably won't for a while. Right now, Animal Crossing's in front of my list. But, as said before, there is going to be another stream of this game. Not right away, because I need some time to be able to get like, I tried for so long to get all the rare blades, the random drops, and I got close. I'm just missing one from random drops, but I couldn't get the one that I was missing, so I'm gonna have to do that. I'll probably be doing that on my own time, and when I finally have that, and, like, have a list of... Oh, thanks for the 100 bits, Luna. Appreciate it. Then I lose my train of thought. I will be doing deal... So, New Game Plus will be happening. It's gonna be a mix of whatever might be New Game Plus exclusive, and what might be something that I may have missed in my first playthrough, either because I ran out of time, like, for example, the last rare blade drop, or anything to that nature. That would also qualify for stuff like the challenge battles. That's another good example. I plan to go through at least some of those challenge battles. Probably won't go through all of them, but I will go through some of the notable ones. And after Xenoblade 2, because while it's New Game Plus exclusives, some extra rare blades, well, I can at least look at them. It doesn't necessarily have to be a long stream. At some point, I do plan to go through Torrent of the Golden Country. It probably won't be right away, though. Because, well, I know what I want to start playing next Monday. Well, rather Tuesday, because of how things are going to work out. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because of certain things that have happened at this point. What I want to start playing through next week is Persona 5 Royal. I don't know, however, if I'm going to be able to get my copy of the game. If I can't, then I could always just find another game. But I do want to go through Persona 5 Royal. Like, no questions asked. If I can't get my hands on a copy of that, I'm leaning towards starting Torrent of the Golden Country next week instead. I might look at some other possibilities, because I might want to get off the Xenoblade train for a little bit before starting Torrent of the Golden Country. But I'll have to decide from there. I should have something in mind as a backup plan by next Tuesday. Which, hey, if it is Persona 5, from one long RPG into another. They just never catch a break. Welcome back. And thus, boy met girl. Like that's all there is to it now. Is let's save our game. Means you're probably gonna get spit out to the title screen. Yep. And that will do it for Xenoblade 2. I said during the credits, hopefully, we'll be starting Persona 5 Royal next Tuesday. Next stream in general is going to be a little bit up in the air because my analog SG came in the mail today, so I might want to do a stream messing around with that for a bit. May try to do that tomorrow. I might try for Wednesday. I want to try to avoid streaming on Wednesday though, because I do want to watch Xenoblande that day. The next definite stream, however, will be Thursday. There will 100% be a stream that day, and we will be starting Shovel Knight then. Till then, thanks everyone who joined for this wild ride of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's so weird that it's coming to an end now. But regardless, good night, everyone.